Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Welcome to Stand Up.
Thank you so much again for tuning in. And if this is the first time checking out Stand Up, I want to personally welcome you to the podcast. Friends, this episode is a jam-packed doubleheader with an absolutely killer band from Phoenix, Arizona at the end of the show, so make sure you stick around to hear this one. First up, though, you're going to learn about legendary rugby player Steve Barron, and then in the second half, you'll hear Donnie talk about his love of basketball and how his dream of taking his team to represent Canada against international competition is about to become a reality. Without further ado, welcome, and let's start the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Stand Up Podcast, a Pit Meadows podcast about resiliency, mental health, and music. This is a special two-part Father's Day episode. My first guest today is a coworker of mine who reached out to me a little while back and wanted to be on the show to talk about his father, who had sadly passed away from cancer on September 10th, 2024. His dad was an integral part of growing rugby here in British Columbia. He was president of the Twilighters Rugby Club at Burnaby, ambassador to rugby clubs in Japan, and helped raise thousands of dollars for youth rugby in Burnaby, BC. I'm talking about legendary rugby player Steve Barron, and here to talk about him today is his son, Sean Barron. Sean, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, man. Thank you very much for inviting me out here today. It was awesome. Love to talk more about my dad with you and let people know about my dad who did not know my dad. Help understand who my dad was and what he was all about and what he was for rugby and who he was as a great guy and helping out rugby and kids in the community and sports in the community and big rugby guy, doing things like Pacific Northwest over 40s for many years and bringing 20 teams all over the world coming to Burnaby Lake Rugby Clubhouse and having a big weekend tournament there. Yeah, my dad was the best. I gotta say, he was my hero.
Yeah, no, that's great, man. I'm super happy to get you there. Like I was saying, you know, you contacted me back in September and you asked me to be interviewed and talk specifically about your dad. So thanks for being patient.
Yeah, no worries.
And waiting till my Father's Day episode rolled around, but we're finally here. So you spoke to me about wanting to preserve your dad's story for future generations. Why was that important to you?
It's really important to me to preserve my dad's legacy. It's helping people in the community who cannot afford sports like rugby. As Barons of Rugby, as my dad's charity, I'm taking over with Al Pruden. We've stepped up to the plate to help out people like as my dad used to do in the past and helping out people in the past in the community and people who are struggling and stuff. And especially nowadays with the cost of gas going up, food prices going up, it's hard to take time and get things like new cleats for kids or buying new things like padding, or some of the sports teams are struggling to get like sports equipment and stuff. And as Barons of Rugby, we come in and we help out people out and sports teams out. Helping out people and kids to have opportunity to have fun in sports, not have to worry about financial stresses. And people rely on Barons of Rugby for support and help, even for the whole sports teams as well. Like recently we paid for a team bus for a sports team to go up to Kelowna for a tournament.
Nice.
To make that happen, because that was not going to happen. And I just heard from the grapevine from the sports community, hey, this team's struggling. We need some help. And again, I'll give you my business card, and so people can reach out to Barons of Rugby or send us an email. Is the best way is send us an email and just reach out for help. And we're willing to come out and help right away. And we're pretty quick to respond.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, that's great. I mean, that team must have like really appreciated it.
Oh yeah, they really appreciated it. It was girls rugby.
Wow.
And they were going to a tournament up in Kelowna, and and the bus is really good because it helps build the team, people for building good camaraderie and bonding and team relationships. Those buses and those long road trips, it really makes the team a little tighter. Knit of communicating, and it's less stress from other parents having to drive. And guess what? There's a washroom on the bus, and kids can go. You don't have to stop all the time. It's like one direct shot, and that's it.
That's right.
And you're saving time, gas, money, and you'll travel as one, and that's it. And it's safer that way.
Yeah, no, it's the best. My daughter's into fast pitch, and she just came back from Kelowna from a tournament up there and got bronze.
Nice, congratulations.
And I completely agree. I mean, team sports is just huge. So tell me about how important rugby was for your dad.
Rugby for my dad was his second. It's like rugby for dad was like his second family. It was his life, his blood. He organized big tournaments, like I was telling you, at Pacific Northwest over 40s, rugby tournament, Burnaby Lake, and it was just his best. Like he loved rugby. He lived, eat, sleep it. He's got like pictures and trophies and all that stuff and tournaments. He's been all over the world, especially at Japan. And I recently just came back from Japan and then bumping into the Gentlemen's Rugby Club there.
Cool.
And they've been over here. I've known them since I was a kid, and they're like family to us. And when I took my kids over there to see the Gentlemen's Rugby Club in Japan, they took care of us like amazing. It was like family, man. It was just, it's rugby is just huge, man. Like everyone helps each other out. It's just one big happy family. But back to what I was saying with my dad, he organized Pacific Northwest over 40s rugby tournament at Burnaby Lake for many years, and he had 20 different teams all over the world coming down to Burnaby Lake to play that big rugby tournament for Pacific Northwest. It was huge. Like it was a 2.5 day event, and they would have the BC TV News way back in the day. They would go up and do an interview and stuff with my dad, and then they had like the big chicken dinner there after the rugby games and stuff. And it was good all around, man. It was, as a kid growing up and seeing all this, and seeing what my dad did or help organize all this stuff was huge.
Yeah, definitely.
As I say, is also you can see the pictures I sent you of all the different tournaments he's been in. I sent you a bunch of pictures of that, of all the medals and stuff and tournaments and rugby tournaments he's been in. One thing I want to say is his last game, his favorite last rugby tour.
Yep. Yeah.
It was a rugby tour. It was Osaka, Japan, and it was my dad was playing at age 78, and I had 4 games. I was playing that.
Wow. He was playing up until 78 years old?
Yeah, he's playing at 78 years old, and he had 4 games in Osaka, Japan, and then after that, that was his last game. And right today, I'm wearing his jersey today,
Right.
so yeah.
I love that. And 79 on the back, just in case anyone's wondering.
What's that?
Number 79 on the back.
That's my
So is
my year of birth with 79.
I was wondering about
Yeah,
that.
79.
Okay,
So 79 was my year I was born, so.
yeah, me too, buddy. I always say that 79, we're like a bonding,
Yeah.
group of people, man. I
Yeah.
swear to God, last generation of the 70s, it's special that way. That's awesome. Sean, tell me a little bit about like how did rugby get in, into your dad's blood? Did he start playing at a young age, or did he kind of get into it when he was a teenager? Did he?
He started playing on it as a young age.
Yeah.
East Side Vancouver kid, Gladstone, all that stuff.
Yeah.
A little rough area, but he was in that area, and tough guy, and but yeah, I grew up in East Side Vancouver, East 35th and Victoria area.
Okay, yeah.
So
cool.
and he has a younger brother, and they played a bit of rugby, but more so my dad, and so.
That's awesome.
He loved it, and he kept on playing ever since after that.
And you were touching on Japan there a lot. So how did that start? How did the Japan reach out to him, or did he go over there and kind of make that connection? How
that connection to Japan was basically, I think he reached out, and then just kind of contacts, I guess. Or
okay.
I don't know how that all came about, but I guess they kind of reached out together, Japan, and then there's a lot of rugby tournaments all over the world and stuff. Like Portugal is really kicking off for rugby right now.
Cool.
If you're looking for a good rugby tournament right now, I'd probably look into Portugal because rugby in Portugal is really taking off. Everyone's thinking
beautiful country.
Beautiful country, good food, wine's cheaper than water. That's all I gotta say.
I've heard that.
No, great area. But I think my dad reached out to some people in Japan, and then just because people advertise on the clubs, as you can see on my sweater here, the Gentleman Rugby Club there, and he kind of reached out. And then way back in the day when I was younger, and they just kind of connected, and they started doing rugby tournaments together way back when I was probably like 10 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it goes back, way back, and awesome people. And yeah, if you had a chance, I would probably recommend go Osaka, Japan. I just came back there, saw my kids, went there with my kids.
Right there with the kids.
Yes, sorry. And then flew Japan Airlines, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And went to Universal Studios, saw where my dad played for his last rugby game in his fields out there. And just Japan is like, wow, Osaka, Japan is amazing. So much to do. And we toured around there with me and my kids, and went to the Kyoto train museum up there, which was amazing.
Cool.
Rode on the bullet train and all that stuff. And it's just, wow, you just got to go. I went to Nara Park, saw the deer, fed the deer bow, and then you feed the deer a cookie and stuff. My kids love that. So I got pictures of that. And
even the deer bow.
the deer bow. Yes, the deer bow. And then you bow back and you give them the cookie, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the people from the rugby, Hero Shy, one of my dad's friends that I played rugby with, him and his wife took me and my kids for the whole day and took us everywhere, and our park and everywhere to the view. And I was like, hey, I can give you some money. It's like, no, this is free.
Nice.
Because you're dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I was just like, yeah, I was just like, holy cow. I was like, are you sure? And he's just like, yeah, no, this is free, man. Your dad was awesome. Your dad took us places and things and showed us places, and it was all free. So I was blown away by that. Meanwhile, I still brought gifts and stuff. I brought in our nice sockeye salmon.
Oh, cool.
From the duty free Canadian maple syrup, and also Canadian whiskey maple syrup, which they really like.
Okay,
and
cool.
A bunch of other good goodies and stuff I brought over as gifts, because when you go to Japan, we do a gifts exchange. So I made sure I brought in my fair share of gifts and shared it with the team.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Respect, right?
Yeah, respect.
Yeah, absolutely.
100% respect. Yeah.
So you're talking to me about the Twilighters Rugby Club and Burnaby Lake Rugby Football Club as well. But then you also touched on, before we actually started recording, but on the Rugby Sevens, and your dad was kind of part of that in the beginning. Can you touch on that a little bit more and tell me about that story?
Yeah. So my dad, in the beginning, when Rugby Sevens came to Vancouver, he came to me like, I can buy some tickets. It's going to help with Barons of Rugby. So I'm like, okay, how many tickets are you going to buy, Dad? Oh, I'm just going to buy 1,000. I'm like, I just stopped my tracks. I'm like, what? I'm like, you're going to buy 1,000 tickets?
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm like, that's a lot. Well, are you getting a deal? He's like, yeah, he's going to get a wholesale price for the tickets. Then he turns around and sells it at regular price. And then from the profits of that, goes back into Barons of Rugby account, which goes back into the community of rugby. People, kids that are struggling, or sports teams are struggling, or buying sports equipment, or helping kids that's they can't afford cleats or something like that. Or also would help out. He would help out with like hot lunch programs and like breakfast and lunch programs in the city of Burnaby School District. So a lot of money would go there as well, because when you come to school, you don't have food in your stomach or lunch or anything like that. It's affects your learning and stuff. So basically,
definitely.
make sure they're fed and taken care of. And he had his he would help out Gilpin Elementary School, Douglas School, and certain elementary schools that needed the most in the Burnaby area. So he did a lot of that, and it went a long way. And he got a lot of thank you cards, I know, for that from the teachers, and helping out within the community and all that.
Yeah, I love that. I got two of my kids in the elementary school out here, and they do a hot breakfast as well. You know, they get there about a half an hour early, and they get something in their bellies. And
yeah, it's really important, because you want kids to learn and develop. They need food in the system. Again, we're in tough times right now. A lot of people don't realize it. As me and you are on the job, we see it. And it's pretty sad out there, man. It's just, at least people are stepping up to the plate. Again, other community people, I thank them for stepping up to the plate. Other companies, businesses and stuff, stepping up to the plate and making a difference out there. That's huge. It's basically, And it's just, my dad's just a small part. Again, there's other people out there making difference and making huge, and kudos to them as well, because it takes a whole bunch of people to make a big change and help these little guys out and help them develop and help them grow and be where they want to be and grow. If we don't do this, there's going to be problems down the road, and kids get into other bad things and stuff and stuff like that.
And they start doing little petty crimes, maybe drugs, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's why sports is important for kids. I highly recommend people get their kids into sports, doing things, staying active, get them off the iPad, iPhone, and all that stuff, because we spend way too much time on that. Go out for a hike with mom and dad, or play some rugby, which is good sport, and other sports as well.
I love hearing you talk about all this, Sean. I can see the passion in your face right now and in your voice. I mean, I just think it's fantastic. Like, when people realize, like, 1 in every 7 children live below the poverty line in BC. Yeah. We live in, like, a rich city, and it's, it's a rich country and all that. But really, you're right. There are a lot of people that are struggling, and, food banks are struggling to keep up and all that stuff too, right? So you were touching on all the philanthropy and all the amazing stuff your dad was doing. But specifically, like, how did your dad improve the living standards and youth programs in Burnaby? When did he start doing that?
He started doing that when I started playing rugby.
Okay.
As a kid.
So in the 80s and stuff.
I'd say 80, 89, 90s. Cool. Probably we'll say the good 90s.
Yeah.
He helped fund youth rugby programs in the community of Burnaby, and also giving back to school lunch programs as well, making sure the youth had lunch and breakfast when coming to school in Burnaby. My dad always stated food and proper nutrition is key to success in sports and life.
So I don't really remember that being a part of like my elementary school when I was growing up. Did he approach the principal or the school district and present with that idea? Was he sort of one of the founders of that whole thing?
He just approached the principal of the school. He walk up and he basically just talked to the principal there and be like, hey, identify who he was, and he'd be like, hey, there's a need for kids. Obviously teachers know who's coming in who needs help. Yeah. So my dad came in. It's like, hey, I'm here to help. Just let me know what you need. There's other good guy named Greg Giles. He was a good guy. He brought in food for Burnaby schools as well. I gotta give a kudos to him as well.
Cool.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
No doubt. That wouldn't happen to be Randy Giles' dad, would he? Or
I don't know.
Okay,
he's a Burnaby Lake Twilighter, so Greg Giles. So, but I don't know.
That's cool.
But he made a big difference. He helped out some other schools as well. So I gotta give kudos to that guy. He was a good guy as well. Right. Unfortunately, he passed away as well before my dad. And then, no, my dad approached the principal and like, hey, what can I do to help out? And then basically gave money, or he would buy stuff from Costco and drop off a truckload of stuff for the school, so it's there for them. And then the principal was like, hey, I'm gonna need another load or supply or something like that, and reach out to the certain individual schools that were needed the most.
I love that. Yeah. Big heart.
Yeah, super big heart. And same goes with Greg Giles as well. He's another Twilighter there. I want to let people know on the podcast as well. He gave a lot with a bunch of his Twilighters Rugby people as well. So he was a good guy. He had a big heart as well too.
Love that, Greg Giles. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
love
man.
That. Yeah. Now that you run the Barons of Rugby, what does rugby give you mentally, Sean?
It shaped me for recognizing there are normal people. Sorry, I was going to start. Let me start over again here. It shaped me to recognize that there are normal people and families out there struggling out there and just need a little help and hand to get them into sports like rugby. It shapes me to be a better team player on and off the field, and through work and my dad's charity giving back to the community. It's helped me a lot. And, especially playing for the Flatliners paramedic rugby team. I don't know if everyone's aware about it, but we do have a rugby team. The girls are doing really good, better than us right now. Sorry, guys, you're not going to like me when I said that, but the girls are leading right now. The guys are going to have to catch up, but kicking we will ass. Catch. Yeah, they are. Yeah. The girls are kicking ass.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the guys need to step it up a notch, and then hopefully get some more out there playing. And it's changed a lot for me. It shaped me more of a better team player on and off the field. working at work, and then also helping with my dad's charity, giving back to the community and stuff. Also want to say kudos, thank you for Al Pruden for helping out with Barons of Rugby as well too. I can't take all the credit. Al's helping out, Pruden's helping me out as well too. So I gotta always recognize that for the people and stuff. Second, helps me be a stronger dad and being there for my kids and family. My son plays rugby and he loves playing rugby. So my daughter's not into it yet, but we'll wait and see from there.
Yeah, maybe. As long as she's into something, I think, right? I mean, for me, I get a huge benefit even just from going to the gym and doing a run, like whatever. Just get those endorphins going, right? Just makes you feel good. And I've been plugging these 20-minute walks I've been doing on other shows as well, and I'm going to keep doing it. Just that little thing every night has just been made a world of difference right now. So,
100%.
Yeah.
All I got to say is if you're having a bad day, you know what? Go to the gym, work out. I guarantee you, I bet you $50, you're going to feel better after that day. Honestly, if you have a bad day, go to the gym, work out, go for a walk, go for a hike, and work out or play sports like rugby. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you're going to come off playing off the gym or field or whatever. You're going to feel more released and more relaxed and more like kind of like, wow, I feel better now after that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And then, you mentioned Al Pruden. I know Al too. He was my unit chief at Station 63 in Coquitlam. And then he also did a lot for Cops of Cancer.
Yes, he's done a lot.
Back as well. He was big in the union. So, Al.
Yeah, Al's done a lot. He's done a lot for the community and helping out people and stuff. And him and my dad played rugby back in the day as well. And again, he's a Twilighter as well. And used to be a president for Burnaby like Twilighters. Great guy. And he was there, and he was there for my dad's funeral and stuff, and helped present and all that stuff. So it was really good. I appreciate him.
Yeah, he's a beauty. He's a beauty. What's up, Al? Big fan of the show here too. I know he always asks about it when I see him and everything. So, all right, buddy. I know rugby gets a little crazy sometimes after the games. I've heard of some crazy stuff before. Oh yeah. What is your best rugby story you can actually tell publicly?
Well, there's some stories I can tell and I can't tell, and I'm going to go easy on this question.
Yeah, no, and adults listen to it.
If everyone wants to listen or anything else, there's Kangaroo Court. I'll let you YouTube that, or YouTube search Kangaroo Court.
Okay.
Or the rugby songs. I'm going to let the people, general public, let them do that. But anyways,
Kangaroo Court rugby songs. I'm going to check that
and rugby songs. Okay. But anyways, to the question, I'm going to basically just going to give you a bit of a best answer for that question.
Let's do it.
Anyway, so it gives me, can you repeat the question? Sorry about that.
I was just wondering, what is your best rugby story you can actually tell publicly?
The best rugby story I can tell you is that you meet a lot of people from all different backgrounds and jobs. When you meet these people, they are like your second family. We all help each other out. For example, just came back from Japan and met up with all my dad's rugby friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's amazing. And then I can also share one too, where I knew of a rugby team in Richmond where they would flip over the bottoms of a wine glass, pour a little bit of vodka on the top, and then they would snort it.
Wow, that's pretty hardcore.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they also had that rugby club in Vancouver Rugby Club for a long time too. And I remember that place got a little wild back in the day as well. So for my last question, Sean, I know you already talked about this a little bit as well, but what advice would you give to sports parents today? I know things can get a little bit crazy, a little competitive, but what would you say being a father and being a rugby player and a coach as well?
I just want to finish off that one last question.
I'm sorry.
No, it's always great. So anyways, my dad's friends in Osaka, Japan, again, which are really awesome people, and they took care of us, me and my family and friends when coming over to Japan to visit us. Picked us up from the airport, drove us to our hotel, make sure everything we got okay, and took us on a road trip to Nara Park to see the deer, taking us out for dinner. Such an amazing experience. And my dad has had amazing relationship with Japan and the Gentlemen's Rugby Club for years. And there's some good stories where they went to the bathhouses, steam bathhouses and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
Can't wear tattoos or anything. You gotta cover them up. My dad never had any tattoos.
Okay.
But some of the stories and the parties they've had were pretty awesome and stuff. So
yeah.
But sorry, I just want to touch upon that. And but back to you're saying, I would give parents, both the parents out there and your kids and your sports and stuff, I would give to the parents is that get your kids out into team sports now, and watch them grow. Let them have fun. Help them along the way, and let the coaches do their jobs. Stand back and watch. The kids need to learn from the coaches and learn how to work as a team and what is needed to be a team player on and off the field. Plus, going to sports tournaments as a team on a bus helps them bond as a team, build stronger, and friendships build stronger, which goes on for many years.
Yep.
This in turn helps out your kids in life skills when they get older and when they develop and everything else, and realizing when they get to work world and stuff, it's how you can adapt by yourself, but then you also need your workforce team and stuff like that. Like, when we make me and you responding to calls or incidents and stuff, I'm relying on you. You got my back and all that stuff, and helping each other out. And it's one team, one goal to get the job done. Yeah. And that's pretty much about it. And all of that. That's great, Sean. I know that with my daughter's team too, her coach always makes sure that the team stays together, even like at tournaments and between games, to kind of just keep that bonding going, just keep that, that sisterhood, brotherhood, whatever, co-ed, doesn't matter. But like you said, you just kind of become like a second family, and you rely on each other. And it's just, all those intangibles are just fantastic life lessons. Yeah, you can't get that from reading a textbook or anything like that. You got to get your kids into sports and get that going for them, and to move forward with them in their lives and growing. And it's part of growing in life and stuff. So you have to get your kids into sports. They can't be sitting around the house all day long, and you gotta like go build forts or something. And like that as a kid when I was growing up, build a fort or go hiking or go to summer camp. And but it's huge. Sports is huge, takes a huge part of kids' life and development, and PE class is huge at school and stuff. Yeah.
Sean, we're almost out of time. It's gone by way too quick.
Yes, it's gone way by too quick.
Sean, thanks again for coming on the show, brother. Quickly, how do you can you tell the people how to support the club, and where can they watch you guys play?
So how to support Barons of Rugby? You can go to any Van City, make a donation, and basically Barons of Rugby, and you just make a donation from that way. Okay. Or if you're somebody in need or needing help or something like that, you can, I'll give you my business card here. You can put it on the page, but you can go to Barons_of_rugby at TwilightersRugbyClub.com, or you can call me or Al Pruden, and we can make something happen. And just, it's all confidential. We don't advertise your name or anything like that. You can, if you're struggling and you need help, I can't afford cleats for my kids to pay sports or something like that, or you're a sports team that you want to do a tournament and you can't afford that bus, you know what? Give us a shout out, send us an email. We'll see what we can do. We'll help you out. Again, it's all anonymous. If you want to we have a little book we have of all the people we helped out. If you want, we can add you to our book, and just gives our business people saying, hey, this is all the people we've helped out in the past. And it's just a big little binder we have all the people pictured, like sports teams we helped out in the past. And I add to that book and stuff, so I can show it to other companies and stuff. Hey, we helped out this individual, or we've helped out this sports team and stuff. And it just gives a reference, and just saying, hey, if, for example, if a company wants to donate to us, like they want to see references, like, hey, this is where your money's going to, and what's it's done, and what it has it done in the community. And that's the big thing, is like, where has it done, where you can see it, and all that stuff. And, and we're pretty open. We can show you everything.
Love it. So I'll have those links up on the show page notes. And again, Sean, you look great. It's great seeing you. Thanks for coming on the show, bro.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. And this is the jersey I'm wearing right now is the last jersey my dad wore when playing rugby in Japan. And no, Chris, I love your show and I love watching it. And thank you for what you do and keep on bringing on these podcasts. These are awesome, man. I appreciate your time and thank you for being here for letting me be here today.
Awesome. Thanks, Sean. Take care, buddy.
Thanks.
And we'll be right back after this short commercial break.
June. I love this month. Only 2 more weeks of school to go, and then summer break. Hi guys, it's Chloe here, and I'm here to tell you the top 5 things I think you should do this summer. Number 1, Capilano Suspension Bridge. There's a bunch of forest, and there's a huge bridge right above the water. And for kids, they have this little scavenger hunt page for animals, and it's so fun. Number 2, Sweet Tooth Creamery in Osprey Village. There's tons of flavors, huge scoops of ice cream, and a reasonable price for you brokies. You can't beat it. Number 3, watch a ball game at Nat Bailey Stadium. We go there every year. Get great seats and even get some autographs. Awesome way to spend an afternoon. Number 4, Cultus Lake Water Slide. There's lots of tandem or twin slides to go down with your friends, and the park is huge, so there's always something to do. Number 5, Playland. We love going on all the slides and eating tons of junk food. We usually stay till 11 p.m., and then we get changed in our pajamas before we leave, because we are so exhausted by the time we get home, but it's so worth it. This has been Chloe's top 5 things to do in the Lower Mainland this summer. Bye, love y'all.
And now back to the show.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the Stand Up Podcast. My second guest this episode is a friend of mine, originally from Villanueva, Nicaragua. He's a Langley boy and he loves 2 things in life. Number 1, being a dad to his 2 beautiful children. And number 2, playing basketball. He plays and manages his team called Langley's Finest. They recently won the Division B League Championship. Plus, he was named Executive of the Year and General Manager of the Year. On June 26, Donnie and the rest of Langley's Finest will be representing Canada at one of the premier 3-on-3 basketball tournaments in the world, the FIBA Stoicsman Aegean Basketball Festival in Syros, Greece. Please welcome my friend and baller, Donald Napoleon Val.
Thanks,
Donnie,
man.
welcome to the podcast, bro.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Chris, and thank you for setting this up.
Oh, man, my pleasure, man. Donnie, this tournament is just over 1 month away. How excited are you for this opportunity?
Very excited. This is something that I envisioned for a long time, to take a group of guys from my city that would become a pretty deep basketball team and good friendships to international play. Like I've manifested this, or whatever you want to say, envisioned this for a long time. I've been talking about this for a long time, and finally it's happening.
Wow.
So first is Greece, and then we'll see from there.
I love that. So tell me about that. I mean, did you hear about this tournament years ago, or was this always just a vision of yours that,
I always had the vision to go international play rather than just local play, right?
Yeah.
But it just happens to be one of my Langley's Finest guys, Constantine. He is Greek. And what he does is he works all year long, and for his 5 or 6 weeks off, he just goes to Greece. His parents own a 2-bedroom condo in Athens.
Nice.
So he goes there every summer. He takes his 5 weeks off, and he just stumbled upon this tournament, and he called me one night. It was about midnight BC time, and he was in Greece. He's like, Donnie, we found this tournament. You can't believe it, 3-on-3. And I was like, oh, yeah. He's like, we should take Langley's Finest here. I was like, yeah, we'll do it. But I had no idea how big this thing was. I just thought it was just, a little town. He said he was on an island, which sounded really cool.
Yeah.
And then once we started researching it, I started seeing the magnitude of this tournament. It's not a small tournament. It's really big. It's really, really big. Like every division has 25 to 30 teams, so it's pretty competitive.
Wow. And how many divisions are there?
It all goes by age group.
Okay.
So there's 5 or 6 of us going, and half the team's going to enter the 40 and up division, and then the other half of the teams are going to go 19 and up. But that's almost semi-pro.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be pros in the 40 that are retired.
Yeah.
But 19, they're still playing. They're still young. They're young bulls. I don't want to go into that one.
Oh, it's so exciting. I mean, it's sponsored by FIBA, so it's like the International Basketball Association. So it's like legit.
It's
you know?
legit.
Yeah.
It's legit. It takes over the whole town. They shut down the whole market square and they put up stands. They put up 4 or 5 courts. They have DJs, and it takes like blocks and blocks of the downtown core, and you're by the ocean. So the whole thing is super cool.
Oh, it sounds sick. So how does the tournament laid out? What's the Rob Robin look like, and then the elimination round?
We're not 100% sure. Costi was the guinea pig, and he played in it last year. He just signed up as a free agent, and he says you play 2 games a day, and then you start off with the 32 teams. You play your round robin. Second day, you play your round robin, and then it goes down to where you get seeded, and they only take the top 16 teams, and then as you lose, you're out, right? So,
Okay.
So it goes single game elimination, I think, on the end of the second day, starting the third day.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing.
Nice. And that starts on the 26th. And tell me about the team that you've assembled. You mentioned Constantine. There's a couple other guys coming down.
Yeah. There's Chad Warren, super veteran, high level player, scorer in all leagues. And then we got Yannick, one of my friends from the Coquitlam area, big guy, inside outside player. It's about 6'4", big high school talent when he was in high school. Played university ball. Chad played some university ball as well. And then we got from Nanusk on the island by Nanaimo, Stefan. He used to be a Langley guy, and then he moved out there, but he's one of our top players, so he's coming to do this. And then Constantine is the local Greek guy, but he's a Langley guy too. So that's we're going with 5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, and then you also have another tournament coming up in Iceland. How's that looking?
Well, that is going to be a little bit difficult, where guys it's just hard with guys having family and whatnot, to get out there, get the time. And it's not so much the money. You can always save up the money, but it's getting the time out there, having the time to go, right? But that one's an interesting story, how I found out about that one.
Tell me about that.
It's actually kind of funny. I follow this guy on Instagram called Lee Ellis.
Lee Ellis.
Yeah, he's kind of like a famous traveler around the world, finds basketball courts, plays all around the world. He does commentating for TSN. He used to have a TV show on TSN. 4 guys would just talk about basketball.
Okay.
So he has a following. He probably has like 300 or 400,000 followers on Instagram. He's kind of like a small celebrity in the basketball community.
Right.
And a lot of people around the world know who he is. And I saw a video on Instagram of him being at this tournament in Iceland and traveling Iceland, hanging out with the guys, and it looks super cool. So me being what I do, I don't really mind messaging people. If someone turns me down, it doesn't matter. If they don't respond back, it doesn't matter. So I messaged him, and 5 weeks later, I didn't think anything of it, but he messaged me back. And I explained to him, we're Langley's finest. We're from Canada. Saw your video. Would love to have some information. And he wrote me back.
Perfect.
Followed up with me. We talked. And then he got me in touch with a guy named Hans. He played in a tournament. That's how he found out about the tournament, because Hans messaged him through Instagram. So then I messaged this Hans guy. Same thing. 5-6 weeks later, he messages me back.
Okay.
So then we start talking. He's like, we'd love to have the Canadian basketball North American culture. No one's ever come to our tournaments. It's just us local guys in Iceland. I would love to go. I'd love to bring my Langley's finest guys. And we're like, we'd love to have you here. And so then he got me in touch with the guy who organizes the whole tournament. It's a professor in the Northern University of Iceland, the university town that he's in. And I might butcher their name, but
give it a shot.
Akani.
Okay.
It's Northern Iceland.
Sounds legit.
Yeah. So he's a professor, and he runs the tournament out of the university and a community center in that town.
Nice.
So he messaged me back, and then he gave me the whole details, how much a tournament costs, when it goes on, and all that. So we're just planning around it, seeing if we can go to that. But we really want to go to that.
That's
one.
so cool. Did you tell, you said Ian Ellis, is that his name?
Yeah.
Did you tell him about the one that's coming up for you guys in Greece?
Lee Ellis, no, I haven't messaged him.
Lee Ellis.
Yeah, Lee Ellis, I haven't messaged him that, but
Okay.
I think I might just before we leave.
Yeah.
Because I've already thanked him, and he's like, "Oh, no problem for getting us the connections to the Iceland tournament." So I think I'm going to send him a message, and then maybe if he responds back, send him a Langley's Finest t-shirt wherever he is in the world.
Yeah, man. He's already like in correspondence with you. Like,
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. People thought it was hilarious because he's, like I said, he has 300, 400 followers.
Right.
So my friends thought it was hilarious that he messaged me back, and then I got in touch with one guy, and then I got in touch with the league organizer, and we're there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Love it, man. And are you going to be the only Canadian team at the Greece tournament coming up too?
That I can think of, yes.
Nice.
Costy was our guinea pig last summer, and he went, and he just signed up by himself like a single player.
Yeah.
And they just gave him a couple older Greek guys, and he made it to like the final 16, final 10 teams.
That's pretty good.
So, and that's just with randoms, with no chemistry.
Right.
And we're veteran players. We play a lot of leagues and stuff like that. So I think we're going to do pretty good.
I love that. Yeah. No, you guys just won that Division B championship. Tell me about that.
That is a new league that we joined. One of my friends sent me a message because how we find out about these things, if guys spot things on Instagram, on Facebook, they send it to me. I research it, and then I find out if it sounds like it would fit us. And then, I just message people. That's what I do. Message people, find info, and then we get in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a Filipino league, Drive and Dish, run by a gentleman named John. And I just messaged him, found out. Very different from any league we've ever played because it's Filipino league. But this is a year they want to expand. So they call it open to all.
Okay.
So any race, like any background, just bring a team.
Right.
But they're very strict rules because they have, they're very well organized. They have refs that not only coach high school level, college levels. Some of the refs that ref us in our league did the provincials for all AA, AAA, single A. So they're pretty serious guys.
Yeah, they are.
And like any other leagues, you can just wear mismatched jerseys, or you can have all the same colored t-shirt. No, these guys want nice jerseys, matching shorts. Like they want a really nice look to their league.
Right.
So we appreciate that. It was different for us, but you just grab a whole bunch of plain black shorts from Amazon, get your jerseys, and you match, right?
I love it. I mean, you're wearing Langley's Finest shirt right now, which looks really dope. I know I bought that hoodie from you. So, I wear that proudly.
Yeah, I wanted to, as much as we've expanded in the last couple of years, and the community supports us so much, like Langley, all my Langley guys, Langley people, Langley residents, all my friends support us so much that I thought I'd get it out there. And I made t-shirts and hoodies, try to raise some money, get our name out there. And I sold quite a bit. I did pretty good.
That's great.
Like I didn't make a ton of money, but our t-shirts are out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Donnie, at 48 years old, why do you still lace up and play?
Oh, I love basketball. Aside from my kids, it's one of my huge passions. It's funny. I didn't realize how much I like basketball till there's a couple points in my life where I realized how much I love it and I like it. One of my friends just recently said, "Man, you sleep, eat, and like drink and think basketball. Right when you wake up in the morning, you're thinking basketball."
Okay, cool.
I am, but I'm competitive too. So I'm always thinking of winning, always thinking of what can we do to get better? Where can we play next? That's where the international tournaments come in, because I've had plans for that for years. And just the way everything happened, it was organic. Like we created Langley's Finest with like 8-9 guys. And then basically through COVID, we kind of made that. And also competing against Langley guys, playing for other teams. I'd be in finals, I'd be in semifinals, and I'm going against guys from my own town. So I thought, why not just make a big, massive Langley group? And through the years, we started with 9 guys. Now we have 85 guys on our chat and probably like 30 to 40 guys that play competitively under the banner. We call it the brand.
Oh, nice. Well, I love it, man. That's why you're general manager of the year, man. You're thinking about it every day. You're waking up, going to bed.
I think it was really cool to get that award because my friends know it. The guys who like are in my circle know it. And the guys who play for me, the 30, 40 guys and the group chat, they know how much work I put into this. And it was cool that this league commissioner guy just noticed. He's like, wow, he found my Instagram page. My friend Mirza does tons of videos that films everywhere we play for fun in leagues, and he just mixtapes it. And he's like, wow, I see your t-shirts, and hoodies, and he just was blown away. He's like, wow, you do a lot. So he gave me GM and Executive of the Year.
How cool is that to be recognized?
It's
right?
pretty cool. When you love something, you don't really need the recognition, but when other people see it and
Right.
you get told all the time that you're doing something special, like at your age and you're grabbing groups of guys, all ages playing together, you come as a community. I have a big thing that we do every summer called Taco Night, which is super cool. All you can eat tacos. Everyone pitches in money, and then we just throw like a free tournament, right? So just a free tournament, all you can eat, have some beers, lawn chairs, music. It's just a great summer vibe, and I'm building a basketball community, so slowly, little by little.
I love that. I mean, like, do you have the dates set right now? Can you tell people about it, where to find that right now?
Yeah, Taco Night was an idea that I came up with. My cousin Alejandro, Costa Rican. He's a painter by trade, but he loves to cook. He's a chef. He's a low key chef. And he just said one day, hey, why don't we just have a barbecue and a tournament? Just vibe out. Beautiful summer day, and just
Right.
all the guys out. So I rounded up the guys, threw the idea out there, and they loved it. So the first year we did it, we've done 3 now. We had about 40 people. Second year, it jumped up to about 85 people. And last year, we had over 150 people show up.
Nice.
Yeah, but we ran out of tacos in like 3-4 hours. We didn't think that many were going to come out.
Well, I want to go to that, man, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good vibe. You can see a lot of the stuff that we do on Facebook. We have a LFG page, Langley's
Okay.
Finest group page.
Okay.
And we post everything we do, like all our taco nights, all our runs, all our just having fun at the park with the guys. It's just a great vibe. And we incorporate families, people's wives, kids, and we just hang out all day long.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually we do that second week of July, depending on everyone's schedule,
Okay.
right? Depending on who's going away. My chef, if I don't have my chef,
Right.
then we're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
But that's a good one. That's a really good one.
I heard you talk before about the mental health benefits that you get from basketball. Can you expand on that a little bit for me?
Yeah, I think it's super important for everyone, guys, girls, women, men, to have like an outlet aside from their life, like aside from work, aside from school, aside from home life.
Yeah.
Like it's really good to have a hobby. Everyone, I think, should have something that they like a group where you can be yourself, do what you love, and then just have people that respect you and you respect them on the same level for the same passion that you have in the object that you're doing. So yeah, it's pretty key because one of the main reasons too that I started Langley's Finest, and there was a stint where I was having a rough time getting through a divorce, kind of a split up, and then that was affecting me. And then when you get in that level, you don't really want to go out, you don't want to do anything. And then my friends just kept pushing me to try to do more and try to come out. But when you're stuck in that dark place, you don't really want to do a lot. You just want to, you feel bad for yourself. You feel this, you overthink things. And then 2 people actually helped me. My friend Six and Mirza, the guy that makes all our tapes and whatnot, and they're a big part of Langley's Finest, just kept saying, hey man, Donnie, if you don't come, no one's playing. I'm like, what do you mean no one's playing? He's like, no one's playing. For the last 4 weeks, no one's come out. You're the guy who brings us all together.
You're the glue.
Yeah, I'm the glue, they said. And I didn't really notice that until I started looking at our chat that we created. And it was crickets. No one was saying anything.
Yeah.
So then I started, I messaged Chad Warren, one of our guys. Hey, let's start getting guys fired up. So we started talking trash, getting guys fired up. And then I got out of it. And Rob Milo, one of your friends, one of our dear friends, paramedic, sent me a movie. Donnie, you got to watch this movie. And it was an Adam Sandler movie, funny enough, but it was called Hustle.
Okay.
And the main character of that, it was a basketball movie, was a Spanish guy named Bo Cruz. He's a professional guy in the NBA, but the name in the movie was Bo Cruz. And he said, it really reminds me of you, a Latino guy gold chain, tattoos, loves basketball, doesn't know what to do with it. Adam Sandler finds him, brings him over to the US. He becomes a pro player, and the story, just a great storyline, right?
Yeah.
Like taking his family from the bottom to a better place and doing it for himself, his mental health and whatnot. He didn't believe in himself. Adam did. And yeah, it's just kind of like that movie. I watched it 2 or 3 times, and then I just started changing. I said, hey, I should get some counseling, get some help. Like, don't ever be ashamed to ask for help. Like, your friends are always going to be there. Good friends will always be there. Good friends will always be there pushing you, kicking you in the butt. And then once you do counseling and you find someone that you can vibe with and get down with, it's really good. It's really good. I think anyone that's going through a tough time should look into free counseling. Your local community centers have them, and just use your support system, your friends, what you love. Get back into what you love. If you loved fixing cars, go fix cars with your friends. If you love motorbiking or BMXing, just go do that. If you love skateboarding, find an empty parking lot and go skateboard. And then with the help of counseling and stuff, you'll slowly open up. And I've opened up a lot, and it's made my life a hell of a lot better. And yeah, I'm in a good place. Created Langley's Finest. All my guys are, respectful, respect me. I respect them. So we're just growing and growing and growing more every year.
I love everything that you just said there, because it's so true. Like, I've had some tough times too. I've, gone to a counselor through work. His name's Jim Michael Bust. And at the time, you're right. It's a struggle. You're having trouble getting out of bed. And you just got to kind of start getting back, to start reaching out, to start connecting with people. And before you know it, sort of time goes on, you're sort of processing whatever it was that's kind of, got you to that place. And then you just kind of, come out of it, but it does take work. It sounds like you put in the work.
Oh, you have to put in the work.
Yeah.
If you don't put in the work, one thing I've seen people, and sometimes, like, if you can't break out of that system, you'll be stuck there,
Yeah.
and you don't want to be stuck there, because it's a lonely life, dark life. You're not happy. People know you're not happy. They try to help you, but if you don't find help, or if you don't dig deep inside yourself, it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
So I understand to some level mental health now, like what people go through, like not only life stress, but like just personal things that people go through. But yeah, you gotta try. Like, you can't give up. Everyone's got to keep trying. You got to grind in this life. That's what I've found. Like, there's no magic cure. You just got to be positive and keep pushing ahead, because the world won't stop, right?
Totally, man. Life's gonna happen, right? It's gonna kick you down, but you got to pick yourself up.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to the 2 counselors that I use. They're really good, and the whole system that it being free to is pretty good. For some people can afford to go to like paying for counseling, but if you can't, there is systems out there that you can get free counseling, and it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, no, that's great, Donnie. You talked a little bit about talking trash. Have you ever talked trash to another player and immediately regretted it?
Yeah, I as I got older, I kind of stay more humble.
Yeah.
But I'd talk a little bit of trash here and there, but I would never initiate the trash. The one time I initiated trash was in high school. We were, I think, grade 11, and this is when I was coming out from being asked in grade 10 and 11 to go try out for basketball BC. And the way the tryout started, it would be a Thursday to a Sunday, and then Monday they make the team. So in grade 10, I was playing at a high level. Grade 11, I was playing at a pretty good level. But then there's about 150 people that try out for these things, and you get asked to come out and try out. And every day they cut people. So by Sunday, there was 30 left. So right there, that tells me I was top 30 2 years in a row in all BC.
Right.
But then there becomes politics. I don't come from a powerhouse basketball school. I didn't know any of the coaches. They just invited me because my numbers were good, and they wanted to see how well I played. And I thought I played great. Myself and Chris Brown from Langley Secondary, LSS, yeah, we made it to the 30. And then we got cut Sunday, and the team was made on Monday, where they took 12 to 15 players. But to me, it seemed like it was the same players that have been on that team for a long time. But that was cool. I took that as a positive experience to know that, man, I can give work. I'm probably in the top 30 of all BC, right?
Yeah, you feel great about that, man.
Yeah, so I took it as a positive.
Yeah.
But getting back to the trash talking, I was coming grade 11 season, and we played an exhibition game against it wasn't even a high school. It was a Bellingham like youth program
Okay.
where they were like, I think I might have been 16, maybe turning 17 at that time. And these guys had like beards, tattoos. So they were probably like 18, 19, kind of like not really a prep school, but maybe like those kind of schools where if you get kicked out of your school, you go to a school and they kind of like form it to work for you so you keep your school grades up.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of that, but kind of like a community program to keep you in school.
Yeah.
Because
In Richmond, it was called Stretch.
Yeah.
And some was called Combined Studies, and just different aspects of it. I think in Vancouver, it was called Satellite. It was a satellite school. Anyway.
Yeah. So it was like that. It wasn't a high school team, but it was a high school community kind of level, right? And there was this one guy that was around my height, and I hit a couple of jumpers on him, and then his teammates were getting really mad at him because I guess he was a really good player, but he was just, I don't know if he was trying or he just having somewhat of a bad day. And they kept saying, give it to him, give it to him. Why are you letting this guy shoot? And I'm like, why am I letting me shoot? I'm a top 30 player, I'm thinking in my head. So as the game went on, he said something to me, you're not getting any more shots. And he had really curly hair, brown, big, puffy, curly brown hair. And I said, listen, Chia Pet, you're not going to stop me at all. And that's when the little Chia Pets came out. You'd water it and the hair and it would grow. So I called him a Chia Pet. And that was probably the worst mistake. Oh. I think I only got 2 more buckets the rest of the game. And then I think he hit me for like 10 buckets in a row.
Oh man.
I think it was 5 in a row. Then my coach subbed me out. Then I went back in and he hit another 5 on me. And then all his boys were just dogging me after that. Yeah. But that was kind of the one thing I'm like, no, I should just keep to myself. Stay humble.
Right.
That's one thing I always tell my guys, stay humble.
Yeah.
Be competitive, but stay humble. Because once you get talking trash, and I've seen it a lot as I got older, if you're quiet and someone's talking trash to you, you can use that as fuel and come back at him, and then he'll have nothing to say. But if you get into the war of words, it could really take you off your game. Not only does it hurt your game, it hurts your team. And then it could lead to like other things too as well, right?
Cool, man. Sounds like you keep it classy.
I keep it as classy as possible.
I love that.
But a little bit physical sometimes.
So, Donnie, this is the last question, rapid fire round. All right, brother? So, question 1, ice bath or beer after the game?
I think both. If I had to pick one, it'd have to be a beer. But ice baths are pretty cool. I just started doing that a while ago with my friend Chris Preston on the island, where I go visit him twice a year, and he does ice baths and we train, and that's a world of help. If anyone doesn't do it, ice baths is unbelievable. Sauna and ice bath, you'll feel amazing.
Right? It keeps down that inflammation.
Oh, yeah. And it releases endorphins or something like that too.
That's right.
Yeah, if you can combine those two with a beer, you're set. You're set.
Favorite basketball shoe ever?
That is a tough one. There's only 2 that come to mind right off the top of my head. And I had them both when I was younger. Is the Penny Hardaways, 1 or 2. I forget which one it is. And then hands down for me, Jordan 4s. Any colorway, Jordan 4s are my shoe.
That's dope. Worst call you've ever received?
Worst call would have to be the death of my friend Tim. That would probably be the worst call that I ever got. Me and my friend Tim were really close from knowing each other since grade 7, but he went to one elementary school, I went to another one. We met through basketball. And then we became good friends. A group of us became really good friends in grade 8. And then he passed away probably like maybe 9. No, maybe more. My daughter was born around that time. So maybe 12 years ago now. Yeah, I was at work and I got that phone call because I was with him the night before. We both got off work, had a couple beers, had some wings, and then we said bye to each other. And then later on at lunchtime, I got the call that he hit a train later on that night.
Oh.
Coming home from working overtime because he worked 2 jobs at that time. Yeah. So that was a rough call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tragic, man. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. But yeah, we still love Tim, and he'd be proud of what we did, what we're doing right now.
I think so. All right. Jordan or LeBron?
That's easy. 6-0 is tough to beat. Yeah, you can get to the finals 9 or 10 times, but if you've only won 3 or 4 and you're not putting out massive volumes to win a game in the fourth quarter, Jordan all day.
Yeah, I think Jordan too. Donnie, the time has just flown by. I want to thank you again for coming on the podcast. Before you go, tell the people listening where they can find you and how do they support the team.
Supporting us is just either you can go on YouTube and find our friend Mears's page that he posts all our stuff. And then we also post it on the Langley's Finest group, LFG, on Facebook. And like I was saying, I started Langley's Finest probably around 2019, 2020 when COVID was first starting. And yeah, that's where I kind of was doing underground games, running underground games.
Nice.
And then, yeah, we formed it. So yeah, you can find us on Facebook, Mears on Instagram. And then sometimes I post stuff on IG, but not that much. I just usually use the Facebook Langley's Finest page.
That's so cool. I want to touch on that a little bit. So the underground games, people were laying down bets and stuff like that, and like, you know, like
Not so much bets,
Okay,
because
yeah.
with the COVID thing,
Yeah. Oh, I see.
the rec centers were closed.
Right.
Everything was closed. They're saying, oh, only be in distance of 2 people, and that's being a little bit of rebels. And if you take something away from sports athletes, that kills them. Right. So when I created the chat, that's how I got the 85. Like we had 20, 30 guys in our chat, and that's when 85, they knew I was the guy for basketball around Langley but I wouldn't always do it at one park. I'd do it one week, we'd do one park. Another week, we'd do another park. So if people saw a big group of us, 20, 30 of us playing, they wouldn't say anything because just one night, one day. Then a couple of days later, we'd go to a different park. So I kept rotating it around Langley, Cloverdale, and whatnot.
Got it.
So yeah, that was fun. That was really fun. I was the underground GM running games. Yeah.
Oh man, Donnie, I love seeing you. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. I wish you the best of luck over in Greece. I can't wait to hear about it. And I'll come back and I'll tell everyone listening of how the tournament went for Donnie. And thanks again, brother. It's great seeing you.
Thank you for having me. And then when we go to Greece, we're gonna try to figure out how to try to live cast the games. So hopefully we can figure that out, and you guys can see us put some work in and represent Langley and Canada in that tournament, and hopefully get to the finals or Final Four would be great.
Yeah, love it. All right. Good seeing you, Donnie.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks for having me.
All right, what a couple incredible human beings those two beauties are. Thank you, Sean and Donnie, for taking the time to come on the show. I love talking to you both. The links to finding the Barons of Rugby and Langley Finest are in the episode links below. Now, friends, it's time for my favorite part of the show, the only podcast on the internet where you can hear incredible indie bands and musicians featured every 3 weeks. This amazing musician recorded a little intro for the show, which you'll hear in a second. His name is Christian Silva, featuring his band Open Casket. The song is called Black Void. Love it. You're going to want to listen to this loud. Check this out.
What's up? This is Christian Silva over here from Open Casket. I started making music back in 2016, learning guitar, bass, playing open mics, and jumping through some punk bands here and there in South Florida, slowly finding my own kind of sound. So Open Casket came out of that late night kind of looper place where you stop trying to make something perfect. You just try to make something a little bit more haunted, a little messy. It's all kind of built off of a standard loopered sesh that I've kind of evolved with emotion, whatever's left in your chest after the day finally gets quiet. So thanks for listening. I hope this track finds you in the right moment, and enjoy.
Sound of
Yeah, fuck yeah. Love that song. What a feature. What do you guys think? Kind of a cool Black Keys vibe to it. I think they're fabulous. That was Open Casket with their super cool track, Black Void, from their previous album, Exhumed. And please, please, please check out his latest album, Noon Sits Here, which just dropped on June 1st. You can find it on SoundCloud, and I think it's incredible. Thank you, Christian, for doing the intro for me and allowing me to play your track on the show. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks again to Sean Barron for coming on the show to talk about your late father, Steve Barron. What incredible work you and your family and the rest of the Barons of Rugby are doing to help out families who are struggling and trying to get kids into sports. It's just wonderful. Sean also wanted me to tell everyone listening that he made a bit of an error during his interview. He mentioned the late Greg Giles on the show, who he deeply respects and loves, but his last name is Gilding. So he was talking about the late, great Greg Gilding, not Greg Giles. So just a little clarification on that. Also, a big shout out as well to Donny Val for coming on the show and talking about his love of basketball and how he's getting ready and his team ready to compete on the world stage in just a couple weeks. Good luck, Donnie. I can't wait to hear about it. And I'll update all of you guys in a future episode as well. Speaking of which, a few shows back, I had Sarah Shaw and Kelly Thompson on talking about their upcoming EMS competition rally in the Czech Republic. Well, they just came back and they came in 8th out of 25, which is awesome. Top 10 in the world, girls. Well done. Super happy for you. Guys, that's it for me. Love you. Thanks so much for listening. Remember to hit that follow button at the top of the page. New episodes come out every 3 weeks. Drop me a comment below. Like or share this episode with your friends. My email, social media handles are in the episode description too. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be kind to each other, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.